to Monday's reflection on this, our wonderful Holy Week. My name is Elder Justin Payne. I'm glad to be able to share with you as we continue our journey in pretty much the book of Luke, the Gospel of Luke, as we are working our way towards the culmination of our faith, which is in the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Let's go in our Bibles to chapter 19 of the book of Luke. And we're going to start at verse 45, but then we're going to move on ahead through into chapter 20. So we're going to go to Luke chapter 19, verse 45. I'm in the New International Version, and it says, "When Jesus entered the temple courts, he began to drive out those who were selling. 'It is written,' he said to them, 'My house will be a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of robbers.' Every day he was teaching at the temple, but the chief priests, the teachers of the law, and the leaders among the people were trying to kill him. Yet they could not find a way to do it because all the people hung on his words." Ooh, that's a good part right there. I'm going to go to Luke chapter 20, and I'm going to let that hang in the air. So one day, chapter 20, as Jesus was teaching the people in the courts and proclaiming the good news, the chief priests and the teachers of the law, together with the elders, came up to him. "Tell us, by what authority are you doing these things?" they said. "Who gave you this authority?" He replied, "I will also ask you a question. Tell me, John's baptism, was it from heaven or human origin?" They discussed it among themselves and said, "If we say from heaven, he will ask, 'Well, why didn't you believe him?' If we say of human origin, all the people will stone us," because they were persuaded that John was a prophet. So they answered, "We don't know where it's from." Jesus said, "Neither will I tell you by what authority I am doing these things." So this is our reflection today. Let us think about our body as the temple, because the Bible does say that your bodies are a temple, and you are presented as a living sacrifice. What does Jesus need to be clean to be truly honored? Once again, our reflection is think about your body as a temple. What does Jesus need to clean to be truly honored? Um, if Jesus came to your house, a great example I would imagine is that if Jesus came to your house, and this is perhaps a great honor, I would certainly believe that if we were to ever have somebody great and special to walk into your house, I'm pretty sure you would want it very clean. Many people say, "Don't come into my house until I've cleaned it up. Let me know you're on the way," because we would want to clean up many different things. But the thing is that Jesus oftentimes is kind of that neighbor that walks down the street and knocks at your door and unannounced. And unfortunately, we always treat him like we are very annoyed that he is at our door and say, "Come back tomorrow," as if he was a solicitor. I would like to say I've done the same thing. I'm like, "God, I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with what you're asking me to deal with. I don't want to face the facts about myself. I don't want to face the reality that I'm not perfect." And some of us do that with God. We hear about faith, religion, spirituality, and Jesus coming to help us out, and all we do is just, I don't want to deal with that today. Come back another day when I feel like actually putting up with it, or when I actually have done some cleaning. And some of us keep trying to feel that we need to do the sweeping when Jesus is saying, "I want to come in and I can throw tables myself. I can serve with you. I can clean up better than you can. I'm actually the one that is employed by Stanley Steamer, and I've got the equipment to clean out your house." But as I'm reflecting on this situation about my temple and my body and my mind and my spirit, I realize that sometimes, as long as I'm trying to do it by myself, it never gets clean. It never turns out the way I want it. It's never clean enough for Jesus. And so I actually need Jesus to help me get ready for what Jesus wants me to be ready for. I'm not going to be able to do this by myself. If I could do it by myself, I wouldn't need Jesus. And some people are convinced that they can do it by themselves, don't need Jesus, and they're still struggling just to be impressed by themselves. So, in my reflection, in my body, in this temple, in my mind, I feel that I need Jesus to help me. He needs to help flip some tables in my life. Some things need to be corrected. Some things need to be uprooted. Some things need to be flipped upside down, because even my mode of operation to get my temple in order is still flawed. So this is my reflection. I love you all. I'm so glad to share with you all in this holy week. And I pray that you have a wonderful day. And may God bless you. In the name of Jesus, I pray.